Hi there, it's Kevin with the Rogue Market here for today's episode of the Daily Delve, where we delve into the MTG market to see what cards have the potential of going up. So for today, we are going to pick a card or a cluster of cards that actually synergize with Fallout. So Fallout is being released this week, and there are already many decks that utilize this Mr. House President and CO. In fact, if you look at the EDHREC stats, the most played or most built around commander right now is Mr. House President and CEO, and that's one is pretty cool because usually it's the pre-con commanders. This one is in a pre-constructed deck. However, it is not the one that is the showcase card for the commander deck. Now, what I really like about Mr. House President and CEO is many of the cards in that pre-con actually don't work with this card. So there aren't a lot of dice rolling mechanics in that pre-con. That means that people that choose to build this deck are basically building it from scratch. So that means all the cards that they're going to be putting in the deck are not from the set that is being released. There's no supply coming into the market. It's all supply coming out of the market to be used in these decks. So Mr. House President and CEO says whenever you roll a 4 or higher dice, you create a 3/3 colorless robot artifact creature, and if you roll a 6 or higher, you get a treasure as well. So what's really cool about that is it doesn't specify what dice. So there are dice from Baldur's Gate where you can roll 12 or 16-sided dice or 10-sided dice or even 20-sided dice, so the odds of this happening is very high with those particular cards. So that's what we're going to focus on, is especially Baldur's Gate. So the cluster of cards that I've picked are going to be from the Baldur's Gate under $1 cards. Now, there are many cards that work better than these particular cards, but I think focusing on the cards that are bulk rate at this point under $1 are smart. And if you actually look at the price trajectory on many of these cards, they started going up after this commander was announced. But people actually don't start building decks. I found this out running a store and watching demand from the past, that the true demand actually comes when people have that card in their hand, and then the decks start being built, especially if you sit down across the table and see someone else build a deck, then you want to replicate what they did, and then that starts the trends. And the good news is with EDHREC is we already got some huge trends out the gate with 2,226 decks, almost double the next amount from the Wise Mothman, which is another commander coming out from Fallout. So these cluster of cards, I picked 4 of them, but there are a lot more that can actually go in this deck, and feel free to even speculate on cards that aren't under the $1. Particularly myself, I like to target these ones and then wait till they go up to like a $1 buy list, and that's a lot easier to do than try to invest in something that is already has demand somewhere else and then try to, flip it for double up is a lot harder in my opinion. So the Chaos Dragon's a neat one where at the beginning of combat on your turn, each player rolls a D20. So you're going to be getting triggers off of the Chaos Dragon every combat. It's only a 3 cost card, so it's easy to synergize. It comes out the turn after your commander is down. And then we have the Revivify, which is another 3 drop, and you roll D20s. It can actually work with against any sort of board wipe to get all your cards back from the graveyard. But the cards that I really like from this particular commander, or the ones that I think are going to spike, have the best potential, is the Wiles Reversal, which just is very popular anyway in commander with being able to redirect spells. So redirection of spells is quite popular, and then copying them and redirecting them. I mean, we've seen this card actually printed, or this type of card printed before without rolling dices, and they tend to do very well. And so this card has more demand based upon just going in decks, regardless of whether dice are needed to be rolled. And the card that I really like, a little bit of warning about this, is Wand of Wonder. Wand of Wonder was the Baldur's Gate bundle promo, so there are a lot of foils out there. You can actually see why the foil price is exactly the same with the normal price, because it was a bundle foil. But this one is just a good card by itself, and it has that renewable resource of being able to roll dice. So the other ones that are under $1 right now, the Chaos Dragon, I would say, is the one that triggers at the beginning of your combat. That one's great. But having something that can be a renewable resource to then roll and then get the value off of the commander is, I think, the ones that are going to be putting the most potential of actually going in the deck. So Wand of Wonder is definitely my pick. A little bit of a warning here, though, with the bundle promo, there's more of the supply out there, so it's going to take a little bit more for the demand to stretch out the supply. Speaking of demand, though, you can see how many have been sold in the past few days, and I'm telling you, this is going to go up exponentially when people actually get the copy of the commander in their hand and then start to buy cards for a lot. It's a lot less of a thing for people to proactively do that. I mean, it's just kind of psychology here that people kind of wait for the card before they start ordering cards to go with it, as far as what I found with Magic the Gathering players. So anyway, there you have my picks for today. A little bit over 5 minutes. In the future, we're going to try to get this under 5 minutes, but be sure to be subscribed and hit that bell icon to make sure that you get all of my daily dells going forward. This has been Kevin with the Rogue Market. Thanks for watching.